How are we doing today? Good. All right. Springtime is coming upon us. So what a fantastic turnout, which means we got a lot of people that are supporting this program, which means it's going to be a great success because it certainly has been around the country, and we're just really delighted to be part of the growing family here of NCFL and Toyota, and we've just have wonderful relationships with them already. Before I start, I wanted to just recognize a few folks that are in the room representing the office of U.S. Senator Mitch McConnell. Andrew Condi is here, so thank you for joining us. Whitney Meadows is here representing Senator Rand Paul without your young son running around today. That's always cute. Carolyn Tandy representing Congressman Yarmouth. Thank you very much. Mary Gwen Wheeler's here with 55,000 degrees. Thank you. A couple of our council folks are here. Pat Mulvihill, Metro Councilman from District 10. Rick Blackwell is here or going to be showing up here pretty soon. Vicki Welch, I'll be talking about you in my speech, Vicki, so thank you for being here as well. And then Madonna Flood might be coming, so I hope I covered everybody with that, but thank you all for your service to education and the public service as well, so appreciate that. I'm going to put today's announcement a little bit in a historical context, if I could. We've been talking about the city value of lifelong learning now for about 5 years or so, and how that is central to any type of city that's going to be successful. You have to have this value and passion toward lifelong learning. It's more critical than ever before because we see that the world is transitioning at ever rapid pace. Some people feel like they've been left behind. Others are saying, I'm going to continue to learn and I'm going to make sure that I stay ahead. We have to. It's as simple as that. For everybody to be in a position to thrive in today's world, you have to have the skills to compete. And that means that learning goes on every day, and hopefully people have joy in that learning. Learning is a good thing. It's a fun thing. And once you get that hardwired, then it's something that you get really excited about. It also means that we've got to anticipate and adapt to what's taking place in the world. That's certainly what lifelong learners do. And that's why, obviously, it's critical to the future of our cities. Cities are changing all the time, every day, just by definition. So how much we decide to be proactive with that change, excuse me, is critical to all of our well-being. To memorialize that in partnership with JCPS, 55,000 Degrees, Kentuckiana Works, Metro United Way, we created something called our Cradle to Career, and it's a system of lifelong learning that addresses the needs at every stage, from kind of womb to tomb, if you will, of educational development, health, social services as well. And we do all that so citizens can be in a good shot to realize their full human potential. And that's how we define compassion in our city, respect for all of our citizens so that their human potential flourishes. Now, one of the areas that we see that can be an impediment toward human potential flourishing, especially with our youngest citizens, is the lack of parental involvement with children's education. And we know, and the facts tell us, that a parent's involvement is one of the most important factors in determining a child's success, not only in school, but in life. And many parents want to be involved, but there's barriers. When you have a country as big as we have, or a city as big as we have, that's just natural. So we feel our obligation, and certainly our partners and all of you all here, is to get engaged, realize our interdependence on how we can help each other. And many parents would like to be more involved, but economic issues or language barriers can make that a struggle. That's why today's announcement is so important, and that's why I'm delighted to announce the National Center for Families Learning, in partnership with Toyota, the Louisville Free Public Library System, and Jefferson County Public Schools, is sponsoring a unique family learning program that you're going to hear more about today. The Toyota Family Learning is an innovative, it's a two-generation model that addresses the educational challenges that face many low-income and ethnically diverse families. The Louisville Free Public Library has received a 3-year, $175,000 grant from Toyota and NCFL to launch the program. It's a test. Yeah, well, I mean, that's good news, Mike, isn't it? I mean, let's go. I mean, what do you guys need to be? It's a hard group to impress here. So think about what's going to happen now. We have 45 families more than 140 people are enrolled in Toyota Family Learning at the main library, the one we're in right here, obviously, and at Okolona Elementary as well. Councilwoman Madonna Flood represents Okolona. She'll be here. Oh, you do? Oh.
I got it after the 2010 census.
Well, Vic
Proudly got it.
proudly got it, and she claims it. So, thank you so much. This is Councilwoman Vicki Welch, who I'd said who also has kids from her district who go to Okolona. So does Mana have? So you guys share it?
Madonna also has kids, of course, that come there, yes.
Okay, all right. So we got that clarified for the record. But you'll take them all.
And
So
we do share, we always share
yes,
at the council.
you're two of our better councilwomen. So this program empowers parents and caregivers, as well as their children, to become engaged in their schools and their communities. We're also going to be seeing leveraging of technology. Parents and children are going to be learning together and serve their communities through NCFL's Family Service Learning Approach, Parent and Child Together Time. That's known as PACT, and we'll be seeing that a little bit later, and that's really kind of the secret sauce behind the program. When we say this is innovative, when you're going to learn more about this and see it in action, you're really seeing parents and kids engage in different ways around problem solving, community building. It's really impressive. So we're going to see a demonstration of that in a few minutes. This is another way we're helping our children, our parents, and all of our citizens, as I said, get a chance to really succeed in life. And so on behalf of our city, I want to thank Toyota, NCFL, JCPS, and our library system for everybody making this possible here today. So let's go through each of our partners so we can hear more about this. So to get us started, we're going to hear from the Public Libraries Director, Jim Blanton. Jim.
Thank you, Mayor Fisher. On behalf of the Louisville Free Public Library, we are so thrilled and honored to be selected as one of the few library systems in the nation to participate in the Toyota Family Learning Program. Libraries are uniquely positioned to impact people at all stages of learning, from early childhood to formal learning settings, to people who just want to better themselves and broaden their horizons. The Louisville Free Public Library already plays a big part with school children in Jefferson County by helping them be successful. By providing access to the information and resources that parents and children need to succeed, we are helping to support academic achievement in Louisville. That's why the marriage of the Toyota Family Learning Program, JCPS, and the library is such an obvious thing to make so much sense. By hosting the family learning classes at Main Library, parents and children are connected to the library and to its wealth of free resources. And preschool-aged children in the program attend story times at the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten program, and also summer reading and other literacy programs at the library. Older students are connected to free homework help, ACT prep classes, and other resources, not to mention all of the books. And libraries are also a catalyst for creating community, a community in which learning across the spectrum of life is valued and achievable. We do so not just for the sake of knowledge, but because we know and have experienced the ways in which knowledge is power. We know that by inspiring an active learning community in Louisville, we will help build that which we all want. An engaging community, vibrant community neighborhoods, and also a sustainable economic success. The Toyota Family Learning Program enables parents and their caregivers and children to get involved in their schools and communities. Through family learning, parents become better equipped to help their children attain academic success, and through service learning, families not only better themselves, but also the city which we all call home. We would like to thank Toyota, Sharon Darling, the founder and president of the National Center for Families Learning, JCPS, the Jefferson County Public Education Foundation, and the Library Foundation of the Louisville Free Public Library for helping make this possible. Thank you all.
Thank you, Jim. Look, if there's anything going on with education in our community, JCPS is right in the middle of it. And right in the middle of that is our superintendent, Donna Hargens, who really has taught us a lot as the community, how the classroom becomes the center of the universe. And I think you're thinking about that 24/7. So we appreciate Dr. Donna Hargens.
I always love to hear the mayor speak because he talks about learning all the time. So that is fabulous. So this Toyota Family Learning Initiative is a dynamic initiative that directly aligns with Vision 2020, our strategic plan, which says that all students must graduate prepared, empowered and inspired to reach their full potential and to contribute as thoughtful, responsible citizens. Research tells us that parents are powerful educational role models. The greatest indicator of a child's educational success is the educational attainment of his or her mother. For our students to achieve academic success, we must help adults achieve their educational goals. That is why we've joined with Mayor Fisher and his team on the Cradle to Career Initiative and the 55,000 Degree Initiative. JCPS Adult Education is proud to be part of this new partnership between the National Center for Families Learning and the Louisville Free Public Library. If Kentucky's education and economic circumstances are to continue to improve, then our schools must find ways to reach both children and adults. This is especially true for students and families and adults who are struggling with their own language skills. According to the Kentucky Center for Economic Policy, the state's immigrant population grew at a faster rate than all but 6 other states between 2000 and 2012, with just over a third of immigrants being Hispanic. So JCPS Adult Education continues to adapt its program to serve the community. Our English as a second language adults now make up half of the adult students. We offer ESL classes to parents who need the support to increase their own English skills, then transition those adults to GED classes and beyond, all while incorporating children's learning as a critical part of the equation. Our family learning program is making a meaningful impact in our community. The future of our state depends on how well we educate our entire population, from first grade to 40 and beyond. We're doing the work at JCPS to educate our children and get more children reading on grade level than ever before. An exciting partnership with Bellarmine University is changing the way we teach reading in the classroom, and we're seeing results. Educated parents are another key component of a successful student and part of that equation. Parents who are able to help their children with homework and fully participate in school activities are essential. It truly does require the efforts and passion of an entire community to assist our children in attaining the skills that are critical to succeed in this high-tech, globally competitive world. Through intergenerational literacy activities, the education goals can be achieved. The grant resources generously provided by Toyota, thank you Toyota, help foster effective relationships between teachers and parents in order to make the greatest impact on families in our community. Through the Family Learning Program, parents and schools will work together to increase the academic skills of the entire family, which in turn benefits our schools, the families, and ultimately, Mayor, our entire community. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hargens. Dr. Hargens mentioned the, in effect, globalization and its impact on our city. Right now, about 8% of Louisville's population is foreign-born. Our goal is to increase that to 18% by the year 2025. 18% is the average percent of foreign-born population in the top 50 cities in the country. There's some cities on the coast, obviously, that have 30, 40%. So for the Midwest, we're a little bit ahead, but that's a concerted effort that we have here in our city to make sure that our kids are being raised in a global world so they can be competitive economically, so that they also respect other people's ethnicities, their religions, et cetera. And I would encourage everybody in this kind of political time we're in, to talk to their kids about the need and necessity of respect for all people, regardless of skin color, faith, ethnicity, whatever. I mean, that is what America is. and we're hearing more and more dialogue from people that are trying to divide us. And while I'm going on a little political commercial here, I think it's important that that's a fundamental responsibility of a parent to kind of talk to their kids about that. Brian Warren is here. Brian is the Director of Office for Globalization for the city, and some of those issues I just mentioned are a big part of what he does every day. So Brian, thank you. And I also noted Delquan Dorsey here, who's representing Councilman Tandy. So thank you, Delquan, for being here. Now, I'd like to introduce a treasure of Louisville's. And this is a woman that runs a big operation that has impacted the whole country and the world with the work that she's done here. I'm speaking of none other than Sharon Darling over here. Sharon is the president and founder of the National Center for Families Learning, which you've probably figured out is based here in Louisville. And not only has she impacted the world and the country with her theories, her persistence, their studies, their research, but she's also produced some tremendous alumni from her organization that have impacted the city in a big way. Mary Gwen Wheeler over here spent about 10 years or so with NCFL, did a lot of great work for the city over the years in terms of educational policy, is our leader for 55,000 degrees. Tony Payton was with the city for 4 years, was a senior policy advisor with a specialty in education as well. So this is a lady that's, scaled her treasure into many, many different folks that has helped the city in a lot of different ways. But she's busy around the country, so a lot of people don't realize that NCFL is based here in Louisville. She's been a teacher, an administrator, an education entrepreneur, and certainly a pioneer in many different ways to lift up the potential of all the citizens here in our country, helping over 1 million families now throughout the work that she's done throughout her career. I'd call that an unqualified success, and guess what? She's not done yet. Sharon Darling, come on up.
Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I was going to ask the NCFL staff to stand up, but I will not, because I'm afraid, Mayor Fisher, that you're going to have your eye on some others of them. They keep disappearing. We get them to the point that, somebody else snatches them away. So don't say you're with NCFL to anybody up here on the podium. So thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Superintendent, and for Jim Blanton. I think we have the most incredible leaders in this community, and I would love for you to just give them a shout out with a big clap. On behalf of NCFL, it's my sincere pleasure to be here with you today. We are thrilled to be bringing the Toyota Family Learning to Louisville. This is our hometown, and we are working all across the country constantly. And to be able to actualize this program here, we think is just so critical to our future. It's a 6-year initiative, and this is number 13, lucky 13, of the cities that we are announcing where we will be working. So we have large and small cities all across the country. The Toyota Family Learning Program actually extends learning way beyond the schoolhouse walls. It takes learning into the grocery store, into the car, into the kitchen, and into the community, where it makes the community stronger and better as a result of the initiative. Toyota Family Learning parents and children not only learn together, but they give back together to their communities. Participating families, extended family members, and neighbors work together to make their communities a better place through family service learning. That's very unique. It's a unique approach to community service because it really is about family. And if you can see small children looking at their parents giving back to the community, and they themselves working right alongside their parents in something that they've planned that will make their community better, you know that the next generation will be changed as well. Family service learning is a new and exciting adaptation of PAC time that Mayor Fisher mentioned. PAC time is parent and child together time, where we pioneered that at NCFL more than 26 years ago, having parents and children learn together, side by side, not just volunteering in a classroom or doing something occasionally, but a very intensive way of helping parents and children learn together. So far, the results of the Toyota Family Learning have exceeded our expectations. The independent evaluation from Penn State University shows that in 2 short years, we've seen the parents develop simultaneously as learners, educational role models, teachers of their children, and very importantly, leaders in their communities. And the children themselves, we've seen dramatic changes in them when their parents are engaged in this way. Children experience positive gains in language and literacy, emotional and cognitive development, the things that will make great students in Jefferson County Public Schools. And this approach empowers parents to gain many employability skills in areas such as technology, English language, self-sufficiency, communications, problem solving, and time management. So far, nearly 50% of the families that are participating, the parents, have either gotten a certificate for citizenship or a GED certificate or high school diploma. So when you take all of that together, we can't wait to see these results in Louisville, and you look at all the results and you think that's really not bad for a 2-year-old program. To the families joining us today, they're in the back because they'll be leaving first, and that's the only reason. They would be front and center because they're what we're all about. I applaud you for your incredible investment in Toyota Family Learning. You're part of a larger national movement across the country that is really making a statement about progress in education, environmental leadership, and community involvement and civic engagement. Toyota helps us make this great progress possible. They're an unparalleled partner in family learning initiatives, and they have been our partner since 1991. Toyota's support has propelled NCFL's two-generation approach to learning, bringing more than 2 million parents and children together for learning over time. And their lives have changed as a result of that. So our deep understanding of the challenges facing families today is really enhanced not only by Toyota's resources, but by Toyota's close guidance and help along the way for all the work that we are doing. And yes, Mayor Fisher, we are using Kaizen to a great extent in this program, so you would be happy to know. So today we're honored to be joined by Mike Goss, General Manager of Social Innovation at Toyota, and a good friend to NCFL. We're thrilled he could join us today. He's very, very busy in transit to moving to Plano, Texas. He will share a bit more about how this program contributes to the larger crusade that we're undertaking. Please join me in welcoming Mike Goss.
Thank you, Sharon. Sharon goes to Japan once in a while, and just to do a check-in. And she gets to meet with some pretty high-level people. Actually, their last names are Toyota. And I'm not that well connected, Sharon. So, and then when she gets back, it never fails. I get a phone call that says, "Please take care of Miss Sharon." So, I do, and I will. I'm thrilled to be here in Louisville today, and I want to acknowledge the mayor. Sharon just mentioned the word Kaizen, which means continuous improvement. And the mayor and I met in Chicago a few years ago over an adult beverage. And I told him that we have some people who share the Toyota production system with businesses and nonprofits to help them improve. And he said, "I need that." So we had a group come over and actually worked in the vehicle maintenance yard here in the city of Louisville and made some really nice improvements. So we appreciate partners like the City of Louisville and the NCFL who want to get better every day at what they do. I'm pleased to be in this library. This is my hometown. I went to Seneca High School. So I spent a lot of time in this library, not as much time as my mother thinks I did, so just keep that on the down low. I just said in front of TV cameras. And so I love the way the library's been rebuilt after the flood several years ago. So congratulations on that. And if you'll indulge me for just a minute, there's a special guest in the audience who now actually lives in Okolona. Is that right? You live in Okolona? So my middle son of 3, Josh, is here today. He works in the city now, and he was in the Marine Corps. He's a decorated Marine, and he just made me a grandfather for the first time. So I'm just going to ask the little man to stand up so you can congratulate him on being a Marine. So on behalf of Toyota's 7,000 team members who work about 60 miles east of here in Georgetown, building Toyota and Lexus products. We're really thrilled to be here. Later this year, Sharon and Toyota will celebrate 25 years together. There are very few nonprofits and companies who have a lengthy relationship like that. And the reason we stay engaged is partly because of the great work they do, but also because of the great people they are, and the fact that they have an innovative spirit and they want to get better every day. So we remain engaged. We're excited about the progress of this program so far, and I'm eager to see it take hold here in Louisville. It's inspiring to know that last year, Toyota Family Learning spent more than 17,000 hours learning together. 1,500 of those hours were spent in community service projects. And there's some underway here in Louisville where families are helping Kosair Children's and Wayside Christian Mission with some projects right now, and I think there's a food drive coming up as well. Toyota Family Learning also makes a great impact on family engagement in education and workforce skill development. Our plant in Georgetown is almost 30 years old now. There's a lot of people there who want to retire. And so building the workforce all over Kentucky is very, very important for us. Last year, 90% of parents increased engagement in their children's education through this program. 75% improved their English language skills. 47% upgraded their skills so they could keep their current jobs. 46% earned more money, and 34% actually got a better job. The commitment that all of you have made to learning together as a family comes at a crucial time. And this is especially important for Sarah and the people she's representing here today. The U.S. ranks 16th out of 23 leading countries for literacy, 21 out of 23 in math, and 17 out of 19 in problem solving. The good news is we can fix these problems. We all try very hard to give children the right skills to be competitive, but school alone isn't the answer. Kids need to learn in ways that deeply involve their parents. Maybe Josh remembers I read a bunch of books to him. In their homes, in our communities, and on the go, they need the help of their parents. Our approach at Toyota is twofold. First, to improve the communities where we do business, and to help solve some of society's issues. Secondly, we want to be inclusive, open doors that are now closed. In other words, respect all people. The NCFL accomplishes both of these goals. Louisville is one of 13 communities in the whole country selected for this opportunity so far. So you've taken a major step in laying the groundwork for others. By taking part in this program and working hard every day, you as a team are pioneers in this kind of learning. Thank you for being here today and for being a part of this great new initiative in my hometown in Louisville. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. One thing you can be sure of, if Toyota is behind this, and obviously they are, we're going to get results. We really appreciate y'all helping us here in the city. We had a big challenge at our fleet maintenance for our heavy trucks, so these are the garbage trucks and snow plows and all that, and sometimes they get old and they took too long to repair. We were able to reduce the cycle time on the repairs from like 6 weeks to 2 weeks by following the Toyota method, and they're sending consultants in, and now we've had other parts of our city agencies go and benchmark what they've done and spread it to other departments as well. So they do all that, using the famous Toyota production system and Kaizen and continuous improvement, and it can be applied to human potential, like what we're going to be seeing here with the Toyota Family Learning as well. So Americans sometimes want to kind of just get to the finish line without doing all the things that are required to get there, like practice and develop skill and be methodical about how we get there. So that's what we'll see with our family learning system here today, and the results are great. So thank you so much for being such a great supporter of our city, and we'll look forward to more to come. I wrote a letter to Mr. Toyota after he was here saying that we wanted to be a total Kaizen city. Okay, so we threw that out as a challenge. That's a big project. Where everywhere you go, it'd be clean and green, everything would run efficiently, take out all the waste in the system. Huh? It's a pretty good idea. It'd be a big project to take on. I haven't heard back from him yet. Okay. Please let him know we're waiting a reply, Sharon, when you see him. Sounds like maybe you can make it happen. Okay. So also, I saw Vice Chair Diane Porter come in the room, I believe, from JCPS, so she's always helping out. We appreciate you. Thank you. Now, let's hear if the program, see how much success the program has. We're going to hear from a participant in the program, Sarah Aguirre, over here. Sarah is from Mexico. She moved to the United States 15 years ago. She comes to English classes at Toyota Family Learning in the morning, goes home after that, takes care of her house and 3 kids, and then goes to work after that from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. This is one dedicated mom we have right here. She said when she signed up to the program, she did so, quote, to improve her life as a person and as a family. Sarah?
Hello, my name is Sarah Aguirre, and I have lived in the USA for 15 years. Even though I have lived here for so long, this is the first class I have ever attended. I felt was too old to learn, and I did not want to be the only old lady in my class. Thankfully, a friend of mine and I heard of this program, and I signed up to join in Toyota Family Learning Program because I want to learn more English and get my GED. My initial goal was to find a better job in order to improve our quality of life. Another goal I have is to set an example for my children that it's never too late to learn. I expect to learn basic skills, but I no have idea that I will learn so much more. First, I am learning to become a better mom by working on the parenting skills through the use website like Family Time Machine and Wonderopolis at Parent Time Workshop. My teachers help me see the value of the time I spend with my children at home, back time activities. I also learned to connect with other families in similar situations that the program was helping me to meet more people. When I joined, I saw that other people my age had the same problems I did. I so immediately felt connected to them. I feel very comfortable in the program. My class and I are teaching each other skills through the family mentor. For example, the people always told me I was good at speaking in the public. So I have been helping my classmates with speaking skills. On the other hand, they have been helping me writing skills. Finally, I am learning to think about others and not only myself. Through the family service learning in December, when we would Concert Children's Hospital to volunteer at assembling coloring kits to the children here were in the school when we went. So they made drawing and cards a few days early to send to the sick children. Through the experience of my children have learned to the value they have, see the healthy children usually want more and more material things, clothes, tablets, phones, etc. The project